Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to White Sox baseball right here over Fox Sports Net. So happy you could join us for the first of this three-game series. Corey Patterson hitting at .281, 6 homers. He's driven in 25 in the first pitch of the ball game, taken for a strike. Corey just 22 years old. Cubs come in, as we mentioned, 32 and 44, 9 games back. And there's a shot into center field. Kenny Lofton comes up with it. Yes! Ball was knuckling on him out there. Good job by Lofton.
That's the hardest ball for the center fielder to judge. That line shot right at him. Kenny started after and then got a little tentative, and then at the last second reaches down and makes the grab as second base umpire Dan Iasonia is out there making the call.
So here's the second baseman, Delino DeShields. And that's right back at right. What a play! Mercy.
Self-preservation for Danny Wright. Oh my goodness. That was right at his face, and that tells you when you need to defend yourself, you really can move those mitts around.
Woo. Let's just sit back a second and relax and slow this thing up.
My goodness.
Man, 2 ropes, 2 good plays, and here's Sosa. There's Sammy's numbers. 27 homers, 51 driven in.
There, somebody swung and missed. Sammy on a 5-game hitting streak, where he's 8 for 23.
Well, the Cubs hitting at .239 as a club. They have a 4.25 ERA. That's popped up right side, and Konerko is going to run out of room. Cubs on the road this year at 16 and 21. They have played 9 interleague games, and they have won 5 of them. And Don Baylor, well, the birthday boy today.
A couple of birthday boys.
We'll get to the other one a little bit later. 0-2 the count. That's popped up. Konerko's got a shot at this one. Over by the Hart, makes the catch. A very exciting 1-2-3 inning for Danny Wright, and after a happening place. The Cubs nothing, and the good guys coming to bat. And before we show you our picks to click, you at home select yours, as Kenny Lofton will start it off. There are his numbers. Outfield around to the left. Miller in on the grass at third. And the first pitch taken for a ball. Sox come in at 38 and 41, 6 games back of Minnesota. Sox have a woeful road record, but they are 22 and 16 here at home as that fastball. Out of play to even the count at 1. And all of us here at Fox Sports Net would like to welcome our affiliate, Northland Communications, and all our viewers in Clear Lake, Iowa. Clear Lake? Yes. Two and 1. And DJ, like we talked about in the opener, you got to make Kerry Wood throw strikes.
Of course, easier said than done.
Dadgum right it is. You can't help him out. And it's a double-edged sword. When you get a guy with the ability that he has, you go up there, if you make him throw strikes, first thing you know, you're 0-2, and then you're in trouble. The bat shatters. Into left field, Roosevelt Brown. So it's choose your own poison.
Yeah, I got to believe they just better be ready to go. And if they get something early in the count, start swinging.
Here's Ray. Ray with a big 3-run homer in yesterday's ball game at Minneapolis. Ray hitting at .272. Sox hitting at .267 as a club with a 4.60 ERA. That ball hit hard into right center field. Sosa tracking. And right now, let's check out our picks to click. Jim Angio, our director. And the guys are going to go with Ray Durham. DJ's going to go with Mark Johnson. And my pick to click partner this afternoon on his birthday, Jim Angio, and I are going to go with Carlos Lee. Here's Big Frank. Here at Comiskey Park, 330 down the left field line. 375 in the gaps, 400 straightaway center field, and 335 down the right field line. As that ball hit deep into left center field, Corey Patterson making the call on the track right in front of the fence, hauls it in. And that'll retire the side. After one, no score. First baseman Fred McGriff will lead it off here in the top half of the second inning. Takes down low. McGriff starting to swing the bat. 2-0 the count. The Cubs offense this year. Well, the Sox went through a 5-week period where their offense and the Cubs were about similar.
Yeah, very, very down period for the Sox that they're just coming out of, hopefully.
Has popped up left side. Everybody giving chase. Now it's Jose.
Right, now let's take a look at our Geico Direct Moment quote from Paul Konerko on this series with the Cubs. If we sweep them, that's great because it gives us the season series. However, you can't get too high and be all jacked up because then you're going to do stupid things.
That's so right. And here's Moises Alou. Boy, he's having a tough season. This man's a good hitter.
Well, he's just started coming. He was off to a prolonged, terrible start. Over his last 18 ball games, he's hitting .319, so he's coming around. Last season, what his numbers were at this time. Being coach for the Cubbies.
And there's a base hit. Well, the one-out single by Moises.
The funny thing is, when you're struggling and you're a power guy, you have a tendency to try and hit the home run, and you just stay in that funk. Well, sooner or later, you're going to have to wise up and say, I got to give me some hits because I'm hitting 190. And it seems right now that Moises Alou is trying to get the average up, and then you can go ahead and start swinging for those long balls.
Roosevelt Brown stands up to the dish, takes first pitch strike. Hitting at 174, a couple of homers, he's driven in 9. Outfield straight up, spread out. Alou is 3 for 3 in stolen bases.
Brown getting the opportunity to start in this game as Alou becomes the DH. They're in the American League Park. Brown just 4 for his last 21.
Flips that one foul over the Sox dugout. And the count 1-2. The Cubs have stolen 40 bases. And they've only been thrown out 8 times.
Yeah, that's outstanding. Corey Patterson leads the group with those 14 stolen bases and just been caught once.
Ground ball. Royce bobbles it. Just the 3rd error of the season.
Well, I tell you, the minute that ball hit the grass, it had some weird spin on it. I had a good angle on it. The minute it hit, it went left on Royce. And then the second bounce had to do something else. That was a little bit weird. Something you don't see on this outstanding field done by Roger Bossard very often. Normally, everything's very true.
So Danny's going to have to pitch around it and pick up his teammate as Alex Gonzalez stands in, hitting at .231, 8 homers. He's driven in 28.
Well, you just said the big key is pitch around it. Pitcher has got to go ahead and look at that guy on defense and say, I got you, don't worry about it. I'll make another pitch. You turn the next one over for me.
Shakes it up, takes a strike. That changeup's got to be a big pitch for Danny today. Two balls in the strike. Cubs come in with 88 home runs. Sox have 90. Sox have 55 stolen bases. Cubs have turned 65 double plays. Sox have turned 80. Sox have made 53 errors. Cubs have made 50. Come on, Danny. No walks.
Cubbies play a lot of day baseball. I think they have a big advantage over opponents because of that. In 39 day games, they've only won 13 of them.
That'll load them up. Now Mark Johnson out to try to settle him down a little bit. And stepping up to the plate will be the switch hitting third baseman, Bill Miller. Miller hitting at .224, a couple of homers. He's driven in 16.
Danny has not enjoyed pitching during the day himself. He's 0-4 this season.
That ball hit deep to right. Maggs going back. One hops the fence. 2 runs will cross the plate. And it's 2-0 Cubs. So that big error opened up doors. And the Cubs have walked through it.
Well, Bill Miller just lays into one right here. Maglio not playing too deep out and right. Also, the conditions, the wind's always swirling. Maggs does not read it very well. He gives up on it, and it lands right there at the base of the fence.
So the Cubs draw first blood. And that'll bring up the catcher, Joe Girardi. Girardi hitting at .228, no homers. He's driven in 3. 37-year-old veteran. Corners in. Durham and Clayton halfway.
Girardi just hitting .143 with runners in scoring position.
Outfield playing him straight up. Often in fairly close in center. Same for Maggs. Count moves to 2-0. Foul tip, hung on to by Mark.
Girardi trying to take advantage of the 2-0 count. He had a very difficult pitch to actually hit. Good sinker from Danny Wright.
Back to the middle and center field. They're going to hold Miller. And now, because Lofton overthrows the cutoff man, Girardi in the second.
Kenny just sidearm airmails it. The runner had already stopped at third base. Outfielders have to go through the cutoff man. Kenny was thinking about doing something good here and keeping that second run from scoring. As an outfielder, you know, the minute you airmail that ball like that, that guy's going to cruise right into second base, and you just took the double play out of order.
Here's Corey Patterson. He led off the game with a bullet right to center field. Lofton made a nice catch on.
Well, we're not seeing a real pretty baseball game here for the Sox so far.
Nope.
Just what you didn't want to happen in the early part of this ball game.
Count evens at 1.
Well, now Danny Wright has had a history of getting himself in a lot of jams and working out of them when he's done it to himself. A different story when he hasn't got the help behind him.
That's deep. Way back. It is 6-0 Cubs.
That's just saying hit me all over, up and out over the plate for Corey Patterson.
Strike 1 to DeShields. And a breaking ball over. He killed that ball.
Corey Patterson's got some good power. As you saw, that ball was hit a ton. Got the potential to be a 20-25 home run hitter. Corey Patterson can do it all. Run, play some defense, hit for power. Obviously, we see he can steal some bases.
Well, the Cubs have taken advantage of that era to the extreme. Could have been a inning-ending double play with no runs across, and they have been opportunistic in putting 6 on the board.
Well, unfortunately, mentioned Danny Wright has had trouble pitching around the mistakes behind him.
2 down.
Well, Danny, for some reason, if he walks people on base and gives up a hit, anything like that, he can get out of the jam. So mentally, it must be a letdown for him when that defense isn't there.
Sosa fouled out to Konerko. Takes a curveball strike.
Mentioned in the open today, when Danny Wright is throwing the ball well, I mean, he is flat dominating. But when he's not, this season he's given up 8 runs, 7 runs, he's given up 8 runs a couple of times, 6 runs, so he's had some explosive games against him. It's not really like Danny goes out there and has a lot of in-between outings. It's really sometimes from one extreme to an extreme opposite.
Well, the only young pitcher we have on our staff who learned at a very early age how to stay away from a big inning is Mark Buehrle. The rest of them, it's been a trial and error process.
Yeah, this is a fact. Mark Johnson wants that ball down and away, and he just throws it as hard as he can and didn't care where it went.
Full count to Sosa. Well, the Cubs have batted around. And here's McGriff, who led this inning off with a pop-up to Jose Valentin.
I was getting to the point where you have to say, you know, we ought to think about if we want Danny to go out there during day games. He started this one 0-4 with his ERA at over 7.
Grabs a strike with that changeup.
You know how the Yankees did with Ed Whitson? They just said, you know, Ed, you're not going to pitch at Yankee Stadium. You pitch on the road. That'd be just fine.
He did go. Barry Pansino. So 0-2 the count. That's popped back and out of play. Bad inning right here. A couple of defensive mistakes and top foul. And some bad pitches from Danny Wright.
This is one of those do-over mulligan ones.
I'd dearly love to have a mulligan right now. Best part about it, this is just the top of the second inning. He's gone. So 6 runs across that plate after an inning and a half. 6-0 Cubs. 6-0 Cubs. But this game is a long way from being over because we're just in the bottom of the second inning. Mags will start it off hitting at .316. 13 homers. He's driven in 56. Mags, lifetime against Woods, 1 for 6. And that one left the park.
Well, you and I both know the history of this series between the White Sox and the Cubs. Nobody goes down easy, and there's usually a lot of fireworks.
Good breaking ball there. Chopper to Hopper. So 1 out, and that'll bring up Paul Konerko. Paulie hitting at .332, 18 homers. He's driven in 66. He's 3 for 9 lifetime off Kerry Wood. Paulie leading the major leagues in RBIs. Takes ball one. Grounder in the hole. Nice play by Alex. He's got. Now he can't find the ears on it. Well, Paulie's aboard. That's the base hit. And Sox fans visit a VoiceStream wireless dealer and pick up a free hit a home run scratch card. You can win great prizes, including a Motorola flip phone or a trip for two to the Caribbean. Visit a VoiceStream wireless dealer and scratch and win today.
Paulie, not the speediest of hitters. Gonzalez giving it all out. The problem is he's got to realize.
Sammy. Well, Valentin is retired. 2 down. Here's Carlos. There are his numbers. He has a homer and 5 RBIs off Kerry Wood.
And Carlos had himself a good road trip. 14 for 44 with 5 home runs and 12 RBIs.
First pitch. Fastball strike right there. Breaking ball high. Kerry Wood, 25 years old, 6'5", 230 pounds. Another breaking ball. Drops a hook on him for a strike.
Hey, you look at the Cubs starting staff, they got a pretty dang good starting rotation. With Wood, Clement, Lieber, Pryor. Pitchers.
Larry Rothschild, pitching coach. Well, I'll tell you, the way this is a very underachieving club, as our club has been. Look at Matt Clement. Got outstanding stuff. The way I look at it, though, I don't. Boy, he just hooked him right there. And that'll return aside. First strikeout for Wood. After 2, 6-0 bad guys. Moises Alou will start things off for the Cubs here in the top of the third. 6-4-0 for the Cubs. 0-1 and a huge one for the Sox. Takes that breaking ball downstairs. But I was getting ready to say, you know, I've never followed the National League that much, but this year for some reason I've watched the Cubs play probably more than I have ever, as that's popped up Konerko. And I've watched the Central Division in the National League. And I'll tell you, if I see the thing that strikes me is with that pitching staff that you were talking about on the Cubs. If they can start playing ball, I see them as probably the only team that can catch the Cardinals. I don't think Cincinnati's going to stay there. I don't think Houston's going to do it. But when you got a pitching staff like they got, if they get hot and get on a roll, Cincinnati doesn't have the pitching staff they got. Cincinnati's got a better bullpen. Houston doesn't have, you know, the pitching to do it. Pittsburgh certainly doesn't. Cubs the only one that got pitching that can possibly get it done. That's looped out into short center field. Royce.
Here's a reminder, fans, it's Kellogg's Kids Week, Wednesday, July 3rd through Sunday, July 7th. Bring 3 Kellogg's box tops to the Gate 4 redemption area and receive cool stuff like a White Sox plastic baseball bat while supplies last, plus other great kids' activities. For details, call 312-674-1000. Well, as we're talking about the starting pitching for the Cubs, 4 starters that I mentioned, the big names, really have got some talent. Jason Beret had been in there. I think I just saw where Jason has gone on the disabled list.
Yeah, he got smoked in that knee.
But the other 4 guys that we're talking about are nasty.
That ball hit deep to left. And it's 7-0. Number 9 for Gonzalez.
Gonzalez had not been swinging the bat too well coming into this ball game. Had been 0 for his last 10 over a 3-game stretch, but prior to that he was hot. And I guess he found that good swing here at Comiskey Park today.
Bill Miller had a bases loaded double. And a count 0-2. That guy right there, when he first came into this league with the Blue Jays, I thought he was going to hit 25 to 30 home runs a year.
I thought he was going to hit at least 20, yeah, per season. You just saw how far he hit that ball back in the seats. He's got power. And in Toronto, an outstanding place to hit. Figured he was going to average that. Just didn't really grow into that power mode that everybody thought he had.
He did not go.
Gonzalez hit 17 home runs last season, 15 the year before that. That's his best. Not that 17 or 15 is bad.
2-2. Just a beautiful day here in the beautiful city of Chicago. Everything's beautiful but the school board. Don Baylor, 53 years old today. There's a base hit. Well, Miller with his second double.
They're not hitting the ball soft either.
No, they're killing it. They are smoking Danny Wright.
Well, Miller has hit the ball hard twice. Gonzalez with that bomb home run. Girardi had a hit back up the middle. Alou hit it through the hole to the right side, and that bomb by Patterson. A couple of lineouts to boot.
Yeah, it's not a soft 7 runs. Wills come back off the leg, bounces right to Jose, and everybody's safe.
This ball is going to ricochet off Danny's leg and go towards third base. Looks like Jose Valentin's trying to charge it and put the tag on Miller, but he's already passed him. Can't do that. So he's not going to get Girardi, so he tries to bluff it.
Seven, 7-0 for the Cubs. 0-1-1 as you look at Matt Ginter. That's one hit and a big error. So here's Patterson. He's been in play twice and just nailed it both times. One a low liner to Lofton, which Kenny caught. in that long 3-run homer last inning. Good looking young player.
Yeah, Patterson was talking about how he's got the potential to hit a lot of home runs, 20 to 25 in minor league. AAA hit 20. Another year he hit 22. Not a real big guy, but he has got that all-around talent with the bat.
You know, some of the greatest home run hitters in the history of this game were small guys. Count evens at 1 to Corey.
Patterson, 5'9", 175 pounds. Mentioned. Hit 20 home runs, 22. Stolen base. Stolen base guy, you name it. Also 17 triples one season, 35 doubles.
He's 22 years old. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 on here in the top of the 3rd.
He got off such a hot start this season. His average has been coming down. But still, as you see, respectable numbers with the .282 average now. 7 home runs, 28 RBIs, those 14 stolen bases against just 1 being caught.
Change up. Ray sucks it up, drops it. Miller scores and it's 8-0. It's just a bad game so far.
Yeah, no other way really to look at this. I mean, a couple of things could have been different on that play right there. Ray Durham could have gotten down and dirty just to make sure that he fielded it cleanly and got up and thrown. It's always a risky proposition when you reach out behind you. So instead of getting down dirty, another run's going to score.
So Danny Wright gets lit up today. Field apart. Matt Ginter comes on and we'll be back. Here's Delino DeShields. 0 for 2. Struck out his last at bat. I remember wishing over the air Jim Angio his happy 30th birthday.
That's good. A lot of good memories for you guys.
Oh yeah. Great guy. I love him. Oh, and 2 the count. Partial line on right. 2 2/3. 8 runs, 7 earned, 8 hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and of course the runner's on, his responsibility. Tried to backdoor him.
Well, Matt Ginter will just leave him right out there and not cause any more harm.
Got him. He's gone. 2 more across the plate. Look at the bottom of the 3rd, trailing big. Eight runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Cubs. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 error for the Sox. Capacity crowd on hand at first of this 3-game set. Tomorrow afternoon, John Garland against Mark Pryor. And that game will be over WFLD. And the finale of this series for 2002 on Sunday, Mark Burley against Matt Clement, and that game will be over WGN. Mark takes up high. Johnson hitting at .210. A couple of homers, driven in 8. See 5 for 17 now. There's a 2-hopper, and Griff stays with it. Well, I don't have quite as good a feeling about this game as I did when we started.
Well,
but we got a long way to go yet.
It has not fared too well. It's not been pretty. The only thing you could say, I don't think it can get much worse.
Royce back through the middle into center field. So Clayton, the second Sox hit. Konerko had the first one in the hole. Short.
Oh, Royce has been swinging the stick. The last 4 games, he was 7 for 15, so now 8 for 16.
Lofton went out to left field. Miller in on the grass at third. Takes the bunt. And he takes the ball.
A long time since Kenny's had a bunt hit or a stolen base or hitting that well, period. That's 4 for his last 40.
Two 2-0.
Hasn't had a stolen base in 15 ball games. We've got to get Kenny going here again.
Royce 3 for 3 in stolen bases. And it's 3-0. Well, the best way to get back in this game against a guy with good stuff is make him work.
Yeah, and Kerry Wood will throw a lot of pitches. He will issue some free passes.
Well, you definitely want to get to that Cub bullpen.
Well, we talked about Kerry Wood earlier about how he's effectively wild. You don't want to get in a hole against him, and you don't want to take good pitches to hit.
That's popped up. Brown. 2 down.
Here's a reminder, fans. White Sox Training Centers, the official youth baseball and fast pitch softball camps of the White Sox, are back this summer in more than 125 communities across Illinois. For details on week-long summer camps or private instruction at the new Bull Sox Training Academy in Live, call 630-PLAY-BALL or visit bullsoxacademy.com.
Here's Ray Durham. Ray has hit the hardest ball we've had hit. He had a line drive in the right center that Sosa tracked down.
Yeah, Sosa was shading Ray way over in that gap in that at bat. Now he's playing him a little more straight up.
Two 2-0.
There's no doubt that the Sox need to just get some men on base and then hope for a big blast to get them back in this ball game.
There's a strike.
Frank almost got himself one in that first at bat. Flew out deep to left center field.
Three and 1. So he went full 2. Kenny Lofton. 3-1 on Durham. And there's ball 4. Here comes Big Frank. Yeah, when we used to get down against a good pitcher who had good stuff, I should say, in the dugout, we would just say, hey, let's work this guy out. Don't help him out. And if you happen to get unlucky in that at bat and get down 0-2, then you just had to grind it out with it. But here's Frank. Took Corey Patterson back on the track and left center field. He just missed it.
Frank's done a good job with runners in scoring position. Been well above his season average of 254.
And he's got a count. Frank in the catbird seat right here. 2 out, 2 on, and a 2-0 count. Come on, Frank, give him a throw. Didn't like that call.
Girardi was set up over the heart of the plate. Didn't miss by much.
Breaking ball high, so a full count to Thomas.
And a lot of time hitters, they have a tendency to look back where a catcher is reaching and making that grab and think that can't be a strike. Even though sometimes they set up on one corner or the other, it might actually be.
Couple of big men going at one of each other. Once again, the payoff. Got the breaking ball over. We'll go to the fourth, trailing by 8. We're with you there as Sosa stands up to lead off the top of the 4th inning. There's a breaking ball strike. Sosa was fouled out to Konerko and walked. Another breaking ball. This one misses.
Sammy with 8 hits over his last 5 games, 5-game hitting streak. Plus, you know, he's walked a ton. 55 base on balls for Sammy this season. Right there at the top of the league. A little bit behind, of course, the league leader, Barry Bonds.
3-1. Come on, Matt. No walks. Took a lot off that breaking ball. Had him way out in front.
Barry Bonds has 98 base on balls this season already. Next closest is Dunn for Cincinnati. He has 66.
Payoff pitch. '66 home runs in '98. 63 in '99. 64 last year. So here's Fred McGriff. He's popped up to Valentine and struck out.
I think back when 40 home runs was the standard. You're talking about three seasons where Sammy's hitting over 60.
That's popped up to left. Carlos.
Time right now to have a look at our Aflac trivia question. Since this interleague series with the Cubs began in '97, what 3 Sox hurlers have been winning pitcher twice?
Here's the DH, Moises Alou, a single, a run scored, and he's popped up to Konerko. First pitch strike, fastball. Well, you know, when you're talking about the standard being 40 home runs 25, 30 years ago, if you had 40 home runs, I mean, you were a definite slugger. There wasn't any question about it. As that's high in the center. But there have been a lot of variables in the last 25 or 30 years that have changed that. As Lofton makes the catch, 2 out. A lot of variables. Usually, if you think back when the guys were hitting just 40, as that was the standard, you had 4-man rotations. You had, as compared to today's baseball, sort of a dead ball. A lot of things have changed. Guys are stronger today. And a lot of these new parks they have built are homer havens.
Yeah, but what I recall, there were quite a few little ballparks back in time, too.
Well, there were some little ones, but there were also some huge ones that are not in play anymore. You know, I tell you, Yankee Stadium used to be cavernous. I mean, you know, 463 to center field. Left center out there, you're looking at 455.
Yeah, there's no doubt that there's basically not one ballpark today that is not allowing some home runs.
Strike on the outside corner, 1-2. And one of the amazing stats to me in baseball is Joe DiMaggio hitting 46 home runs, being a right-hand hitter playing in Yankee Stadium. I mean, that was just phenomenal.
I'd like to see what the ratio was of him hitting at home.
And even more so than that, Ralph Kiner hitting all those home runs he hit in big Forbes Field. Tops that one foul.
You know, it's funny because also you can think, I wonder what, maybe you know, but DiMaggio, what weight and size length bat did he use, you know?
Yeah, he used a 35-34 most of the time, he told me.
So he had some heavy, hard wood that he was having that ball jump off, not compared to some of the other guys, you know, of that time that were using 35, 36-ounce bats. But 34-ounce bat's a heavy bat in today's baseball.
And today it's really heavy.
Yeah, the ball jumps off those bats.
There's another foul ball, so the count hangs at 2 balls, 2 strikes to Roosevelt Brown.
Today's sluggers, really, they're using just featherweight bats in comparison, using 32-ounce bats.
It was the exception to the rule if you saw a big guy with less than a 33-ounce bat. And the 2-2.
And it's amazing what a difference from 32 ounces to 34 is in a piece of wood.
In the quality of the wood.
And it just so much harder. It's amazing.
The payoff. That's into right field. Maggs. He's there. So Ginter gets him out without a run crossing the plate after 3.5. It's still 8-0 Cubs. We got some work to do, and we got 6 innings to get it done. Maggs grounded out to second base. You're just tuning in. Cubs with 6 runs in the second, 2 in the third. And if you did not see it, we could have been out of that inning with an inning double play, but it didn't happen. Big error.
Well, the Sox need to go back in and get some of those hard bats that we were talking about and let the ball jump off of.
Got in on him. Beautiful shot right there. Cloud in the sky. As here's Konerko. Paulie had an infield single. Outfield playing him straight up. Big hook right there from Kerry Wood. He's only thrown 6 home runs. Now 99 innings.
Yeah, he has not issued a lot, and the big one that's hurt him is that grand slam he gave up to Carlos Lee.
Hit him in the helmet. It was a curveball. That's the 10th batter that Kerry has hit this year.
Well, that batter right there unfortunately hit himself.
Yeah, Paulie just almost ducked right into it.
Well, that's exactly what he did. That big curveball tricked him, and he misread it thinking it was a fastball, and then he ducked right into it.
Now you could hear it all the way up here. So Paulie's okay, and here's Jose Valentin.
Kerry Wood has got an outstanding curveball. It gets you to flinch like that.
Well, that's just what I was getting ready to say when we started off that little conversation here with only the 6 home runs, because he can get curveballs up, and he's got so much bite on his curveball. Even a high curveball is not a hanger.
No, we've talked about that before.
2-0 the count.
Kerry Wood right there, really, it lets you know how nasty his curveball is when you have a guy ducking, thinking it was a fastball, and it snaps and hits him in the helmet. He had no thought that that pitch was going to end up where his head was. See, from this angle, Paulie thinks, boom, that's a fastball in my head, I better get down. And he just ducks right into it.
And that's ball 4.
Got a reminder here, folks. This Thursday is Independence Day. The White Sox host the Tigers at 6:05. Enjoy Old Navy's 4th of July salute to American fireworks. For tickets, visit whitesox.com or call 866-SOX-GAME.
Come on, Danny, sport.
Well, the Sox have 2 on, 1 out. That's Rothschild. Goes out, tries to settle down Kerry Wood, and here's Carlos Lee. Carlos called out on a good Kerry Wood curveball. His first trip. There's another one.
Kerry Wood doesn't have quite the biter that the late Darryl Kyle had. So how it does make those right-handers buckle, but Kyle had a double breaker.
And Carlos down 0-2.
I had wanted bad against Darryl that I did the same thing that Paul Konerko did. I ducked, but I was still looking towards the pitcher's mound, and I realized I ducked right into it, and then I had to turn my head a second time, and it just missed me. So that lets you know that it definitely be good biters when they make you duck into them.
There's a shot, base hit. Well, they're going to wave him around. Paulie will score, and it's an 8-1 ball game. Sneaked an 0-2 fastball by him and couldn't get it done.
Carlos Lee has been covering the fastball lately. Has shortened up on his stride. His balance is a little different with his swing, and he's getting to the good fastballs now. Something he did earlier in his career. Been gone since the second half of last year. Just a short stride and short to the ball.
Here's Mark Johnson, grounded out to McGriff. Oh, had a good pitch to hit, good pass at it, but underneath it. Infield fly rule is called as now DeShields takes charge. 2 down.
Oh, he's fine. Probably mad at himself for ducking into that curveball, knowing Paul. Oh, shoot, including minor leagues, big leagues, probably just about 3-4 times. You?
In the big leagues 3 times, as Royce takes a breaking ball strike. And one time it was, you know, my fault. It was on a fastball, but I saw it. I just didn't react that good. The ball wasn't that far inside. Tell you what a hard hit I got. I got hit in the head 3 times in the big leagues. Probably about 4 or 5 times in the minor leagues. Never hurt.
Never hurt me either.
Never hurt. Never went down.
No, me either.
Royce can't get it, and the count 1-2.
Well, usually you're going to get a carom. You're going to get a ricochet. It's not going to hit you square because you're not just sitting there aiming your helmet on the side at the ball. You're going to get out of the way. You are going to have some kind of movement.
Well, if you get hit flush, it's going to hurt. Ain't no question. But every time I got it, as you say, it was like a carom.
Every time I took one square, it was off the chin.
Breaking ball, little chopper. Miller over the first in time. And that'll do it. Sox do pick up a run on the RBI single from Carlos Lee. We're into the 5th, trailing 8-1. First pitch to Alex Gonzalez. Taken for a strike. He has walked, homered, and scored a pair. On the outside corner. 0-2.
Now, we've talked about Matt Ginter and how he's got that little delay at the top of his motion that makes it very difficult for hitters to time him, and he's just throwing the ball well. Looks like he's one of those pitchers that's just going to develop into a quality big league starter eventually.
Well, I'm probably Matt's biggest booster. I think he's got a chance to be an outstanding major league pitcher.
I don't think he's going to be a reliever much longer.
Ground ball, Jose. And that time will come when he looks in that mirror and he knows it. That's when he'll blossom out. Well, here's Miller. 2 doubles, 2 RBIs, and 1 run scored. But the first thing that takes me to lead me to believe that he's going to be a good one is his release in that motion.
The funny thing about being a good big league pitcher is you don't have to have explosive stuff. Just got to know how to pitch and be able to locate your pitches, and it helps if you got a little bit of something different in your delivery. Matt's got that little slow stop it with his arm almost at the top of his or the back of his arm motion. Can throw off. He's got good movement. I think eventually he's just going to be a very solid pitcher at the big league level, probably in the starting rotation for someone, or if not the Sox.
There's ball 4.
Matt, very deliberate. Nice leg hit. And that arm goes back behind him. Tough to tell it there, but at full speed. It's just a little slight hesitation with that arm backing up.
Here's the catcher, Joe Girardi. He's 2 for 2. He's driven in the run, takes first pitch strike. Eight 8-0 for the Cubs, 1-3-1 for the Sox. Stops it foul. 0-2. Girardi, 37 years old. Well, he's been a good catcher, good receiver.
The one catcher I really could not stand being behind the plate when I was hitting, because I knew he could outthink me. The pitcher didn't have to. Joe knew me so well as we played together with the Cubs. Every time I'd sit up there and think that he was going to go ahead and call that fastball, of course it was a slider, and vice versa. He used to just laugh at me.
Tardy right there.
In most cases, I never really cared who was behind the plate, but when it came to Joe Girardi, no, I didn't enjoy that. A good catcher back there behind the plate, to think along with the hitters, or outthinking the hitters, is Brad Ausmus.
He's very good. Pitch a little low, so 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tigers had a catcher named Bill Freehand, who was what you're talking about. He was the toughest guy to hit along with. He watched every move you've made in that batter's box. Royce, rack him up. Number 81. So we are halfway home. We got some work to do. So for the Sox here in the bottom of the 5th, it'll be the top of the order. Lofton, Durham, and Big Frank Thomas to face Kerry Wood. Fastball up high. Kenny twice has gone out to Brown and left. Miller in on the grass at third, outfield. Swung around to the left as the count moves to 2-0. And the count 3-0.
Well, the Sox need base runners. Kenny Lofton, he used to be the guy that would get him going. He's been in the struggle for quite a while now. They need him desperately to become the igniter that he was the first month of the season.
Yes, we do. And there's ball 4, so the leadoff man aboard.
Here's a reminder, fans, after the game, it's Dodger Midlothian's White Sox Post. Don't forget to get a full recap of today's action, plus analysis from Bill Melton. Don't miss Dodger Midlothian's White Sox Post immediately after the game here on Fox Sports Net.
Jerry Gorman, Sean Temple, and all the great folks at Dodge Midlothian. Here's Ray. He is lined to right center. Sammy made the catch, and he is walked. Good. 3 base on balls issued. And that ball gets away from Girardi. Lofton in the second.
Like this one's just going to get right through the wickets of Girardi. It's down in the dirt. He doesn't get down. He's expecting and anticipating the bounce. Stays low on him. Kenny Lofton going to cruise into second. Kenny still has not stolen a base. And we have to go back 15 games for his last one.
There's a ball that's not hit hard. DeShields makes the play in time.
That ball left the bat, looked like it was going to be clean in the hole. Slowed up almost as it hit the ground. It shattered bat. It's just going to check up right there for DeShields and give him a chance.
So here's Frank. Frank has gone out deep to left center and struck out. Gary Wood threw him a lot of pitches in his last at bat. He got him 3-2 and then threw him 1 heck of a curveball.
An unfair hammer.
Well, that's when you just, you tip your cap to it. Grab some bench and try to get in this time.
You can't do anything against Kerry Wood but look for a fastball 3-2. That's that.
Well, in my opinion, every pitch you look for the fastball.
Oh, yeah.
And if you're a right-handed hitter, I'll tell you what, if he gets 3 curveballs over to you, just grab some bench.
Well, you can, at least earlier in the count against Kerry Wood, you can sit there and know the possibility of that curveball coming and he might hang and you can hit it, but 3-2, kind of eliminate that.
In front, smokes it foul.
That goes as hard as Wood. You just give him the 3-2 off-speed stuff.
Well, we've discussed different styles of how to get somebody. How would you two try to go about Kerry Wood?
Throw me a fastball. I'm getting ready to hit it first pitch.
Okay, I'd stand right on top of that plate and force him to change his release point with that curve. And if he got him over, if he got 12 of them over, I was 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts.
I wouldn't worry about his curve parity unless somehow I just happen to see one hanging there and react and hit it.
Not a good 3-1 pitch to get after by Frank right there. 3-1 against this guy, you got to be selective. There's a perfect pitcher's pitch.
.72 pitches for Kerry Wood through 4 1/3. He, as usual, a lot of work out there on that hill.
Curveball, and that's ball 4. He walks Lofton to start the inning off. Gets Durham on the ground ball to second, and now walks Thomas. Base on balls. Give the manager a lot of gray hair. Well, here's Maggs. Maggs is grounded to second. He's grounded to short. Maggs has not had 2 good cuts off. Good. There's a little chopper down to Gonzalez goes over to second base. They force Thomas. Lofton scores. And it's an 8-2 ball game.
You got to get him somehow. At least they didn't leave him out there at third base. Maggs puts the ball in play softly enough to where they're not going to be able to do anything but get the force out at second. And that leadoff walk is going to come across and score.
Nice little jump peg right there by Gonzalez. And here's Konerko. Paulie. Infield single and it's hit by a pitch. If you're just tuning in, Gary Wood threw him a curveball. Paulie ducked right into it. Got him in the helmet.
That jump throw by shortstops or infielders, a lot easier to be accurate with your throw than trying to plant sometimes.
The ball hit hard into left field. Brown going back. Get him! Stretch! It will! You can put it on the board! Yes! And we are right back in this ball game.
It's just a line shot in the bullpen.
Keep it going, Jose. Valentine has gone out to right, and he is walked. Changeup. With that home run by Paulie. The Alex Snellius family will donate $100 to Chicago White Sox charities for every White Sox home run hit during the 2002 season. Alex and Ursula Snellius. That is number 91.
Paulie is some kind of hot with that bat right now.
That ball hit deep into left field. Brown's there. And that'll do it, but the Sox pick up the 3 spot. We'll go to the 6 now, trailing just by 4. Corey Patterson will start things off here in the top of the 6th inning. 8-8-0 for the Cubs, 4-4-1 for the Sox. Patterson 2 for 3, including a 3-run homer. He also has an infield single that knocked in a run. He now has 29 RBIs to go along with those 7 homers. Off the end of the bat. Get over there, Matt. He will.
A reminder, fans, come ready to play Saturday, July 6th. The Sox are going to be facing the Indians at 12:15. It's Extreme Day presented by Mountain Dew, featuring extreme sport activities like BMX biking, bull riding, rock climbing, and more. The first 10,000 fans will receive White Sox dog tags. For tickets, visit whitesox.com or call 866-SOX-GAME.
Delino DeShields 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Count evens at 1. Outfield straight up for DeShields. And the count 1-2. Tomorrow afternoon, John Garland against Mark Pryor. And that game, with all the tickets being sold out here the next 2 days, that game will be over WFLD. And Sunday in the finale, Mark Burley against Matt Clement. He of the good slider Clements. And that game will be over WGN. And as you see our ATA upcoming schedule, when the Tigers come to town. Tigers will be in for 3, followed by the Indians for 3, and then the All-Star break. He's gone. The hat trick for DeShields.
Delino having a tough day. That's a nasty pitch right there by Matt Ginter, biting down and in on him. Not the kind of pitch you want with 2 strikes on you when you've already punched out a couple of times.
Well, here's Sosa. Fouled out to first and walked twice.
That breaking ball right there by Matt Ginter. A lot of times hitters have to guess one side of the plate or the other against him because he has that good tailing fastball at sinker down and in. So you got to be able to cover that if you're looking for his heater, or you got to dive across to hit the breaking ball.
He's gone. 1, 2, 3 inning for Matt Ginter. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. 8-4 Cubs. It'll be Lee, Johnson, and Clayton here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Sox need 4 to tie. Carlos 1 for 2, an RBI single. Sox on the board in the 4th.
Well, we need to do a little bit more of what took place last inning. Get some walks and sneak up on him with one big swing. That's what they did to take that victory against him over at Wrigley Field. While Kerry Wood issued 6 walks in that start. Only 2 hits.
And the count 3-0.
But there were a couple of big hits because they allowed 8 earned runs.
Well, again, as we were talking earlier in the game, when you fall behind 8-0 after 3 against a guy with the stuff of Kerry Wood, you got to just make him work. You got to work him out. Give him the opportunity to be wild. Give him the opportunity to get you back in the ball game. Give him the opportunity to lose that ball.
Well, the perspective definitely changes because now you have to be patient. The game has forced you to be.
And that's ball 4. Well, the 5th walk issued by Wood. And here comes Rothschild.
Well, the Sox, well, there's one time they were the masters. They were the best at sneaking up on a team. A little walk here. Well, innocent hit there, and then a blast. We saw it happen last inning by Paul Konerko.
Larry Rothschild. I tell you, down in Tampa, as you look at the southpaw Jeff Fassero, I've talked to a lot of people since Rothschild was fired down in Tampa Bay as a manager. Talked to managers who managed against him. A lot of scouts, and every one of them said that this guy was an outstanding manager. He just didn't have obviously anything to work with now.
I know he's a good pitching coach. I know that. I don't know how he handled the players or anything as a manager, but he does a very good job handling a pitching staff.
So here's Mark. Mark 0 for 2. Takes ball 1. He wasn't bunting right there. He was just trying to give Kerry Wood a different look at the plate, hopefully to keep him still wild. Takes a strike right there. That evens the count at 1.
Kerry Wood has thrown more balls than strikes, 43 to 42.
Breaking ball misses. We got the right man at the plate to work somebody out.
Mark Johnson, without a doubt, it's probably through this lineup got the best eye and most patience up there in the batter's box. Not on that pitch. He went up out of the strike zone and helped Kerry Wood out. Sometimes it's negative, though, if you've got too good of an eye. You need to cut that bat loose.
He wasn't trying to backdoor him. He was just trying to throw a strike right there. So a full count.
Kerry Wood Those effectively wild type pitchers.
And he pops him up.
There's a reminder, fans, every Tuesday home game is Half Price Pepsi Tuesday. Come see the White Sox take on the Tigers this Tuesday and at 7:05 and receive half-price tickets when you redeem any empty Pepsi container at any Comiskey Park ticket window on the day of the game. Johnson wasn't real happy with the result of that last pitch. A little up, might have been out of the strike zone. He chased him.
Royce has singled and he is grounded to third. Miller in on the grass at third. Outfield straight up, spread out. Come on, Royce. First and third.
Or third and first.
Broken bat, and that's going to fall. So we got 2 men aboard. With 1 down, that'll bring up Kenny Lofton.
Royce now has had a 2-hit game here today, a 2-hit game yesterday, and a 2-hit game 3 games ago. So I'm kind of hot right now.
Kenny twice has gone out to left field and he has walked as Don Baylor makes his way out of that mound. So that's going to be all for Kerry Wood. Well, we said you had to get to the Cubs bullpen, and we're in there. Kerry Wood will depart. Fassero comes on, and we'll be back.
And the new pitcher, Jeff Fassero, is on for the 35th time. He has a record of 2-5. Opponents are hitting .281 against him, along with that 5.51 ERA. 11 walks he's issued, 24 strikeouts, that and 32 2/3. Fassero taking on Kenny Lofton. Lefties against Jeff this year are batting .327. So, with that in mind, let's go Lofton.
Oh, the 39-year-old veteran, 6'1", 200 pounds, out of Springfield, Illinois, now resides in Paradise Valley, Arizona. 8-4 Cubs here in the bottom of the 6th. 2 on, 1 out. I mentioned Lofton has twice gone out to left, and he has walked and scored. Checks it up on the breaking pitch.
See what Kenny has done. 340 with runners in scoring position. He, along with Jose Valentin, they have had a totally different focus with those runners out there.
And the count 2-0. Activity down in that Cub pen, Zaborowski. And that's ball 4. That will load him up and bring the tying run to the plate.
See, Ray has hit Facero very well in his career. He's also hitting a little bit better from the right side this season on a whole. Go get him.
There's a shot, base hit. They're going to hold Royce as Carlos scores, and it's an 8-5 ball game.
Ray wasted no time against a pitcher he's very familiar with. Just hit it too hard out there to Brown, and Royce unable to score from second. Just a rocket in the hole. There's a 3-hop bullet out there, and Brown wisely wastes no time and just fires it back in. That kickoff man deal with it from there.
So Facero departs, Borowski comes on, and we'll be back.
So Joe Borowski's on for Jeff Facero, who came on to face two batters. Walked one and gave up the RBI single to Ray Durham. Take a look at Borowski's numbers. 36 ball games for him. 2-3 with a 3.05 ERA, a couple of saves. Opponents had just 239 against him. Given up 6 home runs, 13 walks, and has 42 strikeouts in his 44 1/3 innings worth of work. So Borowski, a good strikeout pitcher, but also he has a history of being a little bit wild.
Sacks packed with Sox. And here's Big Frank. Frank 0 for 2 with the base on balls. Takes ball 1. Borowski, 31-year-old right-hander. That ball hit high and deep into right field. Sosa back on the track. All runners are tagging. Ray on his way to second. He will get there. Royce scores, and it's an 8-6 ball game. And here comes Matt.
Frank almost got it. Drove it out there deep into right center field. But at least he picked up the one runner, and everybody moves along, so the tying runner's in scoring position.
Breaking ball strike. Good pitch by Borowski. A little flipper. That's going to fall. Here comes Lofton. Here comes Durham. And this game is tied at 8. Yes!
Running by the Sox gets them both in scoring position. The deep fly by Frank Thomas moved them all along, and Magglio Ordonez throws one out there into short right field, and nothing Sammy Sosa can do about it.
Here's Paul Konerko. He's 2 for 2, a 2-run homer. Sox were trailing 8-0 after 3. And they have battled back to a tie ball game.
Talked about it earlier. A lot of fireworks left in this one. Both teams like to battle.
There's a little flipper. Sosa, a long way to go. He can't get there, just foul.
Konerko hit this one just off the end of the bat. He knows it's going to end up foul, but it's not by much. Max Ordonez was racing around those bases. If that would have landed fair, who knows?
Boy, he was hauling some tail with him.
Paul Konerko, 68 RBIs, 5 ahead of Jason Giambi and Alex Rodriguez.
Almost turned right into that one.
He's already hit himself once. No need to beat yourself up all game. Then again, after he did beat himself in that helmet, he went up there next time and hit one out of here.
There's a high, deep drive to left field. Brown back looks up. You can't put it on the board. Yes! Paul Konerko. 20 home runs. More importantly, the Sox lead it 10-8. Jose Valentin takes ball one. Mercy!
The big inning the Sox have been waiting for, and the comeback.
Two and one. Come on, Hose. Keep it going. Light him up. Right here. 3 and 1.
Woo! Paul Konerko. You've got to be kidding me. You want to talk about hot? 12 home runs his last 17 games.
Full count. 20 homers and 70 ribbies. And that's ball 4.
Hey, you said get into that Cubs bullpen, Hawk, and that's what we did. Paul Konerko, your Hyundai home run replay. Number 2 of the ball game. Both of them 2-run blasts. Have a day. And Borowski had been throwing the ball very well. 42 strikeouts coming into this ball game and 44 innings of work. But he went up there against Paul Konerko, who is just too hot to control.
Here's Carlos. He started this inning off with a base on ball.
21 RBIs also for Konerko over that period of 17 games.
Breaking ball strike. Good lead by Jose.
So each team this afternoon has batted around. Big 5-run inning in the second, 6-run inning in the second for the Cubs. And the 6-run inning right here in the 6th for the Sox.
Good 2-strike hitter, Seeley. One and two the count.
Borowski brought into a very tough situation, having to face the heart of the White Sox order: Frank Thomas, Mags Ordonez, Paul Konerko. Murderous row right there. Regarding this, Frank Thomas now has 51 RBIs. Mags Ordonez 59, and Paulie with 70 runs driven in.
Jose getting a good lead over there. That's the top trio in baseball in RBIs. Another good lead. And there's the shot right at Roosevelt Brown. So he hit it right on the money. Meanwhile, the Sox do some serious damage coming up with that big crooked number. We'll go to the 7th, leading 10-8. I'll tell you what, the way the atmosphere is here, if they pitch to him, he's liable to hit another one. So Antonio Osuna, crowd knew Papa in the face. Brad McGriffin, what a job by Matt Ginter. Boy, Ginter comes in, just shuts him down, goes 3 1/3, no runs, no hits, a couple of walks and 2 strikeouts.
Well, before Matt left, he was throwing the ball unbelievably.
Yeah, the ground ball hit hard, knocked down. Paulie's got it, 1 out. Well, Matt had worked before being sent down because of the interleague play to add another position player. He had worked. His last 10 innings were scoreless.
So no surprise, he just continues to throw the ball very well, does Ginter. Yeah, good stuff. We talked about it while he was out there.
Here's Alou, 1 for 3. Antonio's baby boy, Jarvi, was born this morning.
Well, Antonio just gave a missile up in his first batter he faced. Konerko did a great job taking off the chest, keeping it right in front of him. Paul Konerko's show today.
Oh, he will do that. That's how to play right side. Paulie's not going to give you any Olays over there at first base.
No. But I think that ball that McGriff hit, Paulie's going to have a remembrance for a while.
I think he can handle it. Good pitch by Osuna. Tied him up. 10-8-1 for the Sox. 8-8-0 for the Cubs. If you're just joining us, Cubs after 3 innings were leading 8-0. Change up. Two and two. That ball hit hard into left field. Way back. And it's off the fence.
Tell you what, not a lot of effort in that swing from Alou. With a nice, easy little swing, and it jumps off that fence out there. A little flick of the bat.
Well, we talked about Moises Alou, good hitter. I mean, he just got off to a horrible start this year, but he's a very strong man.
I mentioned last 18 ball games coming into this one, he'd been hitting .319. He has 2 hits in this game.
So here's Roosevelt Brown. Reached on the narrow, popped to short, and flied to right. Can't get the change. Another one. 1-1 the count. Alex Gonzalez on deck. Jam-packed house here at Comiskey Park this afternoon on just a gorgeous day in the beautiful city of Chicago. 2-1.
I'll tell you, not humid. Perfect day in Chicago. Nice day to be at the ballpark and enjoying an explosive ball game.
Another fastball, a little tardy. 2-2.
The way this ball game has been going, don't expect it to stop where it's at right now.
Slow low. Antonio with that good change. Put it down. Or hard high with that 93-mile-an-hour fastball. There's a shot base hit. They're going to wave him around. So he will score us a 10-9 ball game.
It was a changeup. Supposed to have gotten a little bit further away. And Brown looks like he was ready for it out there. Covered it well, right back up the middle.
He did. He looked like he may have been sitting on it.
Nice little short, quick swing. Driving in the run.
So here's Gonzalez. He's 1 for 2 with a base on balls. That solo homer, his 9th. And the count 0-2. This fight's a pretty good pitch right there off. Cam hangs at 0-2. Activity down in that Sox pen, double barrel style. Mr. Marte and Bobby Howard.
You know, Antonio Osuna is very fresh. Had a few days off. Bobby Howry worked in yesterday's game, as did Marte.
He's gone. 2 down.
You just want want to see that Osuna doesn't get in any more trouble. The backup for him in the pen, but when you make pitches like that, really keeping that one down after the base hit by Brown, not a lot of damage can be done.
46,027 in attendance. That's the largest regular season crowd ever here at New Comiskey Park. Here's Bill Miller. He's 2 for 2 with a base on balls, 2 doubles, 2 RBIs, 1 run scored.
Bill Miller, when he was with the Giants before being traded to the Cubs, was a very, very good all-around ball player, driving some big runs for those Giants. Had some solid third base. He's had some injury problems since being a Cub.
There's a strike. Yeah, I recall him when he was in that San Francisco uniform. He was solid.
He's a gamer. Not somebody that's going to hit you home runs, but like I said, driving some big runs for this team. And tremendous defense. A lot like Konerko at first. He just take it off the body. Ooh, close play. As Osuna is very quick to first base.
And Sandy Alomar telling him that. Just does get back in.
Osuna going to make sure that this time he gets back easily, knowing now he's not leaning it all on him.
And the count 1-2. Fastball of those Sooners, that one right there had a lot of movement in it.
And you know, when Antonio throws that good fastball up in the zone, it's got a lot of ride to it. Take off.
He does have a live arm. One thing about Antonio that we have seen since he's been with us, though, he throws a lot of pitches to every hitter.
Yeah, he does tend to try and make the perfect pitch, perfect pitch, perfect pitch. And then he goes right at him a lot of the time with that full count on him. Good high fastball, a good straight change.
Here's the payoff. I'd like to know the average pitches he throws to each hitter. It's high.
He likes to throw that changeup just off the outside corner, see if guys will chase it, and then run that fastball anywhere but down the middle of the plate.
Well, Miller cutting and slashing up there. Todd Hundley has come out. Son of Randy. Randy Hundley. Great guy.
That he is.
Well, I'll tell you, he was a good catcher. But right here. Again, the payoff. And again, a souvenir. You talking about a gamer. You talking about a competitor. Randy Hundley. I've known Randy for 40 years, 41 years. Played against each other coming up, and he was some kind of competitor.
Well, Randy was a coach of mine when I was instructional league at age 18, so I've known him a long time myself.
Once again, the payoff. And once again, a souvenir. Miller working out Osuna. Miller wins the battle. And that'll bring up Todd Hundley.
Exactly right. That was a battle for Miller. He wore down Osuna to where Osuna finally said, okay, I'll pull a string on him, see if I can get him out of the zone down low instead of those fastballs he's fighting off. That's a good job by Miller to hang in there and earn that walk.
So Hundley to hit for Girardi. Hundley hitting at .217, 7 homers. He's driven in 18.
0 for 8 as a pinch hitter is Hundley.
You might see Marte come on here. All 7 of his homers coming from the left side. Right-handed hitting at .211. And here comes Jerry Manuel.
Hundley has 4 at-bats, pinch hitting from each side.
Ten runs, 8 hits, 1 error for the Sox. 9 runs, 10 hits, no errors for the Cubs. So he's going to stay with him.
Base on ball, something that really jumped up and bit Kerry Wood for the second time that he's faced the White Sox.
Change up outside. And the count 2-0. On the front, hooks it foul. Come on, Antonio, you got him to make some pitches right here.
Hundley with tremendous power. 41 home runs one season.
Pull the string on him with a good motion right there. Probably the best motion he's had on the change. That evens the count at 2.
It's a tremendous changeup right there. A lot of arm and a little bit of baseball.
2 on, 2 out. And the 2-2 pitch. Chopper to Hopper. Durham. Yes. Cubs do pick up a run. 7th inning stretch. Sox lead it by 1. Finally remains in the ball game behind the plate for Girardi, and a pitching change. Feisty.
Yeah, it's Carlos Zambrano on. Big man. 6'5", 250-pounder. 0-0 record. 3.60 ERA. Opponents at .279. Pitched in 15 games, covering 15 innings, 17 hits, a long ball. So Zambrano, he's going to go after the bottom of the lineup and then back to the top of it.
Mark Johnson. Mark's due. He's 0 for 3 today. And Brown is just 21 years old. Puerto Cabello in Venezuela.
Well, looks like he's going to throw that fastball. I don't know what his off-speed pitches are, but he's got a splitter.
You're just joining us. Sox were trailing 8-0 after 3 innings. And the count 2-0. Don't help him out. This young man a chance to get wild.
He has walked 10 batters in his 15 innings. So he can do that. He can also strike you out because he's got 14 of those.
Grabs a strike there. And the count 3-1. Dreaded leadoff walk.
Here's a reminder, fans. The White Sox Training Centers, the official youth baseball and fast-pitch softball camps of the White Sox, are back this summer in more than 125 communities across Illinois. So for details on week-long summer camps or private instruction at the new Bulls Sox Training Academy in Lyle, just call 630-PLAY-BALL or visit bullsoxacademy.com.
Tim Rappe and his staff do an outstanding job as Royce Clayton 2 for 3 with a run scored. Outfield straight up, spread out. Miller in on the grass at third. Royce broke it down. Now he's going to look back at Wallace Johnson.
Royce with 9 hits over his last 5 games. Also, last 3 games he's driven in at least 1 run.
They got a shot at second base. And they get him.
Royce gets it down, but he gets a big hop right off that dirt, right out to Zambrano. He has no problem converting the out at second base. A wasted at bat. That will bother Clayton, of course, because when you square around, boy, last thing you want to do is not get the job done.
There's a good job by Alex Gonzalez, too. Becoming that first baseman out there, made a nice stretch as Rothschild out to the mound. Al Farnsworth. He came over in relief here last year, and he was bringing it.
And you and I were talking about how hard he was throwing. Go along with a big curveball he was throwing. Whoop. No, he is no fun to get after this year, Farnsworth. He's only pitched in 12 ball games. Obviously been hurt.
Here's Kenny. Kenny's 0 for 2 with 2 walks and 2 runs scored. Pitch out, nothing on. Well, Royce can run a little bit. And remember, I've seen the Cubs play a few times. Hundley having trouble throwing guys out this year.
Well, Todd Hundley, a lot of the time, takes quite a while getting rid of the ball. He can be offline to boot.
Takes the bunt, takes the ball. 2-0.
All right, to throw runners out, everything has to be perfectly in sync. Your feet, the accuracy of your throw. Can't take long to get rid of it. Not everybody's as well coordinated behind that plate as others.
Pretty good pass. Lofton made it that one. Ashman. Up high, 3 balls and a strike. Ray Durham on deck.
Kenny has seen 2 strikes in his last 3 at-bats. It's 3-1 count. He better be ready to go.
And that's ball 4. So 1 out, 2 on, and here comes Ray Ray.
3rd straight walk for Kenny. And Ray, the last time up after the base on ball loft, came through with a big RBI single.
That's the 9th base on balls issued by Cub pitching this afternoon. So another pitching change here for the Cubs as Zambrano will depart. Kyle Farnsworth comes on, and we'll be back.
Farnsworth. Let's see what he has done in the 12 games that he has pitched in. 2-1 with a 3.38 ERA. That's why it had just 147 against him. So you see those 13 strikeouts in the 10 2/3 innings pitched. 5 walks, 1 long ball, and 5 hits.
26-year-old right-hander, 6'4", 235 pounds, out of Canton, Georgia. So 2 on, 1 out. Ray's 1 for 3, an RBI single, and he has scored a run. Takes ball 1. Come on, Ray Ray. Turn him around. Turn and burn. And the count 2-0.
Farnsworth missed a bit of time with a stress fracture in his right foot. Took place back on April 10th. That's one of the reasons why he has not been out there very often this season.
There's a strike. Good speed aboard. Clayton at second, Lofton at first. Outfield slightly to the left. Good pass by Ray. So the count 2-2 with Frank Thomas on deck. Got him. Boy, he made some kind of pitch on him right there.
Yeah, that nasty splitter from Farnsworth. This thing's just tumbling down right away from Ray's bat.
That's a nasty pitch. Here's Frank. Frank 0 for 2 with a sacrifice fly. Takes first pitch strike.
That big sacrifice fly in his last at bat, deep enough to allow all the runners to move up as the bases were loaded. A little bloop single after that tied the game up.
He reached back and put a little giddy up on that Cinch it up and hunker down right here. Two and two. It's full. Mags on deck.
The dreaded full count. Especially when a guy has a splitter.
That's the one pitch that really magnifies a full count to a hitter.
That's when he's very defensive and usually gets beat with that fastball.
Checks it up. Farnsworth with the throw in time. And that'll.
Right field and left field deep. Lofton, normal depth. Good slider from Howery on the outside corner.
To me, that's one of the best pitches that you can throw, Sammy. Is not a hard slider. Take a little something off of it. And Sammy just guessing a strike there with a fastball. But to me, I watched Sammy hit so much. If you take a little something off that slider, that to me is just the best pitch you can throw him.
Stays with the slider. Count is full. Melhorn has 4 stolen bases in 5 attempts this season. Sammy in the 7th inning or later, 271 hitter with 5 home runs. Payoff. Melhorn's off. Swing and miss. Johnson throws short. With a good pitch to Sosa, he goes down swinging for the 2nd straight time. With the tying run at second base. Howery stays with that slider off that outside corner. Melhorn had that bag all the way.
Well, there was just an outstanding sequence right there in location.
Fred McGriff has had a tremendous career. Has homered in 40 different big league ballparks. He and Ellis Burks hold the honor of hitting home runs in the most yards. Checks it up. Couldn't hold it. Well, left-handers very rarely an opportunity to face a underhander from their side of the pitcher's mound like this. Big disadvantage. More down under submariners that right-handers traditionally have faced.
Rocky Biddle, Keith Foulke. Well, here's the situation right here where you just cannot, if you're Kelly Wentz, you just cannot make a mistake. If you are trying to hit the outside part, if you miss, you got to miss away. If you're trying to hit the inside, you got to miss in. You just cannot leave the ball out over the plate to Fred McGriff.
Well, he's got the one batter he's got to face, and he's got to get him with the 2 outs here. And he misses well away as good pick by Mark Johnson. Melhorn was off to the races, realized the grab by Johnson, he better get back to second.
That's a beautiful play right there by Mark. Pure reaction right there.
Man, he softly got out there and gloved that. It's a catcher's mitt, not a first baseman's mitt. Good job. 2-1 count to McGriff. Off the outside corner. Fred McGriff right where he wants to be against the unconventional left-hander.
You still cannot give in to him by throwing anything close to a cookie.
Good. 3-1 breaking ball from Kelly Wunsch. Now McGriff has absolutely no idea what Wunsch will throw. He'll throw a 3-1, he'll throw a 3-2, he'll throw anything in this count. Got him! Inside corner, Kelly Wunsch throws him back-to-back breaking balls.
We'll jump ahead to the bottom of the 8th inning.
The minute these guys can get it in their head that they have the capability to go ahead and come back like they have here today, and they did in the game against the Cubs in their ballpark. Also the game with Kerry Wood out there on the hill. They came back in strong fashion. 2 good pitches, nasty pitches by Farnsworth.
That last one, a lot of movement. Starts it off inside, runs it back over the inside corner. 2 good calls by Bruce Froman.
Takes it.
Jose almost deked out Carlos right there.
Yeah, you got to be careful. One thing you have to do when you're the lead runner is at least make some eye contact with that guy behind you. Let him know if you've got the idea of running, so he can really watch you. But if you don't do that, you can catch him off guard by either stealing or faking. He'll see you going, and he wasn't really paying attention, and maybe run up your back. Takes low. 2-2.
Come on, Mark. Whistle up.
Runners on first and second, 1 out. Little blooper into short center field. Valentine's off his races. Base hit, Mark Johnson. Great read by Jose Valentine. Knew where the outfielders were and took off immediately.
Not a whole bunch to it. Right off the end of the bat, little duck start right out there in the center field.
Valentine sees, says, I'm out of here. Very good base running right there. As he read it so well, he scores easily, and Carlos Lee, he hesitates and ends up at second.
There's not a better base runner in this league than Jose Valentine.
His instincts are about as good as you're going to see in the business. Larry Rothschild out to have a word with Farnsworth. There's some big hits here. Urkel starts it off with a double, 1 out. Valentine, as usual, runners in scoring position, picks him up with his own double. And Mark Johnson comes through with the blooper out into center field. Royce Clayton, hot hitting Royce Clayton up there. 2 hits in this ball game. Now got his average up to 221.
Good rip right there by Russell.
5 games back, Royce Clayton was hitting 197. Risen that average. 24 points. There he goes. The throw. Got him. A bad jump by Carlos Lee. He hesitated and continued on anyway, hoping that Hundley might throw it away. Hundley with a little sidearm flip gets it down there in a hurry, right on the money. Carlos tried to take it away, and he did. He gave a little hesitation, got behind. Tried to take the hand away. Miller puts it on him anyway. I tell you,
Nothing wrong with that play except he just got a bad jump.
Yeah, Hundley could have chose who he wanted. Mark Johnson. Terrible jump. And he just followed Carlos anyway down there. Little slider right there. Royce couldn't pull the trigger. 2-2. Pretty dang accurate throw by Hundley with that little sidearm sling action.
It's a good throw by Todd.
Royce has been hitting the ball right back up the middle and to right field. There it is, right field. With 2 outs, here comes Johnson. The throw from Sosa. No good. Mark Johnson in there.
I'll tell you, Royce, it wouldn't surprise me, just like he did last year when he started out. He was at 198 through the first half, and he wound up hitting over 260. He's going to do the same thing again.
No surprise there for Clayton. As Sammy plays this. Gets his throw. Hundley can't hold on to it. It short hopped him. And Clayton into second base. Sox lead it 13-9.
That's a beautiful piece of woodwork right there by Royce. And Sammy makes a good throw. So 21-year-old right-hander Francis Beltran comes on. 6'5", 220 pounds. Out of Santo Domingo. As you check out his numbers, Sox so far have scored 7 times off the Cub bullpen.
You wanted it, you got it. Kenny Lofton has walked 3 straight times. Makes that moving fastball. As Beltran looked like he just rearing back and throwing the ball. Again. This is Beltran's first game. Major League debut right here for Francis Beltran. (3-0). And he has walked 3 straight times and has seen 2 strikes during that period of time. There's one. Inside. 4 in a row for Kenny Lofton.
th walk issued by Cub pitching this afternoon.
Not going to win a whole lot of ball games like that. As you see the outcome right now, 13-9, the Sox on top. 12 hits, White Sox, and 11 for the Cubbies. Ray Durham, he struck out in his last at bat. Takes low. Ray, 1 for 4 in the afternoon. Has scored and driven in a run. One and one. Well, we knew as the Sox bats started coming alive and Kerry Wood issued a few of those free passes that this game was long from over. A lot of fireworks left from this one.
Well, he didn't swing it a lot of bad pitches off Kerry. They worked him out.
Good pitch. Down and in to Ray Durham.
Good movement on this fastball from Beltran. Lets it come back to catch that corner.
1 and 2, 2 outs. Runners at first and second. Sox 1 in the 4th, 3 in the 5th, 6 in the 6th, 3 on the board right here in the 8th. And the runner's going to move up. On the wild pitch from Beltran.
Come on, Ray, make it hurt. First breaking ball is thrown.
And Todd Hundley did not do a good job trying to keep that ball in front of him. He's just going to try and backhand it instead of dropping down and blocking it. Full count. Big Frank waiting for his turn. Ball 4. Load him up. Long afternoon for that man, Larry Rothschild. While Rothschild goes out there to talk to his youngster, here's a reminder, fans. White Sox face the Tigers this Tuesday at 7:05. 8 adults chosen at random will have a chance to win 2 round-trip tickets courtesy of ATA. Certain restrictions will apply. Call 866-SOX-GAME for tickets. A lot of trips out to the hill for Rothschild and Don Baylor this afternoon. Frank Thomas up there with the bases loaded and 2 outs. 0 for 3 with a big sacrifice fly. Ball. Clayton, Lofton, and Durham. Nice fastball right on the outside corner to Frank. There's a base hit. No! Right at Alex Gonzalez as he jumps up and saves a couple of runs. But the Sox put 3 more on the board as they bat around, and they lead this one 13-9.
Top of the 9th, a reminder, the director for Chicago White Sox baseball on Fox Sports Net is our birthday boy and a great director, James A. Angio. Producer is the Ron Stordo, associate producer Dave Ross, stage manager Joe Grube, production manager Moheen Ramsey, and our vice president of programming and production is Big Don Grail. A couple of changes for the Sox. Aaron Rowan moves into left field, and Keith Folk on to try to nail this game down. And the count 2-0. High pop-up. Stay in here. Come back. It won't. High into right center field. Can of corn for Matt. Sox were trailing 8-0 after 3. Ball 1 to Roosevelt Brown. And the count 2-0. Brown 1 for 4, an RBI single. Tomorrow afternoon, John Garland against Mark Pryor. And that game will be over WFLD. Sunday in the finale, Mark Burley against Matt Clement, and that game will be over WGN. Come back and get him, Keith. Brown at first, 1 out. That'll bring up the shortstop, Alex Gonzalez. He's 1 for 3, a homer, and 2-run score.
Keith has been throwing the ball much better.
He's getting close.
And I heard him talking, and he's starting to feel that his mechanics are coming around. Jerry looked like he was talking more to Mark Johnson, or in general just to everybody out there in the area, letting him know what he was thinking.
Outfield spread out, about equidistant, slightly to the left. There's one. High into right field. Nags tracking it and runs out of room. So Folk with a 1-2 count on the 29-year-old Cub shortstop. (13-12-1) for the Sox, 9-11-0 for the Cubs.
See Alex Gonzalez making sure in that last couple of pitches not to pull off of the ball, because that Keith Folk changeup, looks like he's fighting the fastball to the right side and trying to be able to still hit that changeup also.
Not a bad plan.
No.
He's gone. Changeup.
That shuts it all down. Good movement on that changeup from Keith. Just sunk right under his bat at the last second.
Watch it drop right there. So here's Bill Miller. 2 doubles, 2 walks, 2 RBIs. 1-run score. There's a strike. Little breaking ball right there from Keith. There it is. Yes. So the Sox come back from an 8-0 deficit. After 3 innings of play, they put 1 on the board in the 4th, 3 in the 5th, 6 in the 6th, 3 in the 8th. They win it 13-9, and what a day for Paul Konerko.
Paul Konerko, monster day. 2-2 run blast for Paulie. And the second one really counted as it put the Sox ahead 10-8. There's the first. A line shot into the bullpen. That's your Chevy player of the game, Paul Konerko. And then here's his second.
And a donation will be made on his behalf to Chicago Baseball Cancer Charities. And the final totals on game 1 of this 3-game set for the Sox. 13 runs, 12 hits, 1 error. They stranded 10. For the Cubs, 9 runs, 11 hits, no errors. They left 8. Matt Ginter, the winner, he is 1-0. Borowski takes the loss. He is 2-4. And stay tuned for the White Sox postgame report.